Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Open Mic Podcast with me, your host, Tom Hirst, brought to you by Richland Source and Newsroom After Hours. Today, we have in the studio, in my opinion, humble opinion, of course, possibly the most, I think, the most underrated band in Mansfield, Ohio.
Oh, geez.
Hurricane Ditka.
Oh.
I love you guys. Okay, I'm done.
Oh,
anyway, please introduce yourselves. At least, two of the three members, I should say.
Oh, yeah.
Sadly.
Not present is Mikey Dropsy. He plays bass. My name is Marshall Elgin. I play guitar and I yell.
And my name is Matt. I hit stuff.
Woo! Oh, my gosh. Yo, so how long have y'all been in a band?
Probably, I think I sat on the Facebook page in 2015.
Oh.
And then I was like, this is just the name of a project I want to do. So I'm going to make the Facebook page and then we'll figure it out later. So shortly after that, I would say.
Yeah.
Playing shows and stuff, it's probably been 4 or 5 years.
Something like that.
I mean, I guess that leads into a more meta, or I don't even know how to phrase it, deeper question of when does a band actually start? Is it upon ideal conception or upon first show?
I don't know, because once you come up with that concept for a band, once you come up with a cool name or whatever, in the back of your mind, you might even list it when people ask, like, are you in any bands? You'd be like, well, I got this other thing I'm working on too. So I think if it's referenced in conversations, it should count as something, right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah. All right, so 2015.
Yeah, we'll say 2015.
You guys have one full length that I'm aware of on the Spotify's and the streaming accounts that kids can pick up digitally. I think it's fantastic. When did you guys put that out?
So we put that out 2018. This is the same year we did the Newsroom show here.
Okay.
Yeah, we played with Bird's Cage.
Yeah.
It was a good night, man.
Always a good time.
2018. And a lot of those songs were a lot older than that.
Really?
Yeah. One of them, Lexington,
that
actually followed us from our previous band, Mennonite Death Race.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic. I remember seeing Mennonite Death Race when y'all first came out at the Relax.
I remember that.
That's been ages ago. So you've probably heard that song then.
I probably did and didn't realize
we do it different now because it's.
That's true.
We're like it's already
been rewritten.
It's been it's evolved over time. It would be a little shameless to just wholesale do it exactly the same way. So we arranged it just slightly differently, and I like it better now. But.
Yeah. So what kind of genre would you guys classify yourselves as? This is always a fun question.
If we're doing like Bandcamp tags and stuff like that, let you choose like 2 or 3. So I usually put indie punk emo.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's a lot of wiggle room debate either way. What would you say? What's your? I'm curious to know what you would say, Tom.
Okay.
I would go with that.
Yeah. I think emo pop punk.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. That's great.
I think that's what. Yeah. It kind of just.
Emo's in there, and that's like my favorite. So
yeah, I mean, I think the emo comes more from your vocal stylings, and obviously lyrically has a lot to do with it. But I think just the overall vocal aspect of the band, and then the pop punk comes a lot from more of the rhythm section. Is my.
That's what we call him, pop punk Shep over here.
Oh yeah.
Nailed it. Okay, that's sick because there's not too many pop punk bands around Mansfield anymore, or around. I feel like that genre kind of like took a dive pretty hard.
It did a bit. Yeah.
Sadly.
I'm always very surprised, sometimes, it particularly like if you're playing Columbus and you just kind of like, you're thrown on a bill with somebody, I'm always very surprised by people that are just like keeping it going, like those pure, like, we are really into pop punk. We are like 2008 to 2013.
Yeah.
That was like the heyday, and they're like, they're so good.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're
it's
few and far between, but when you see them, like, they're nailing it.
oh man,
Yeah, right.
I've never seen a mediocre thrown together pop punk set.
I have.
Oh, great.
I have.
Oh,
But I think only once.
okay, great.
Very few and far between. It's just like the genre is now. No, that's pretty fun. So you guys hadn't played in, it was like what, 2 years you said at the show? You guys just played Mothership couple the 22nd. If you missed it, boo, you're a terrible person. Do better. But that was like you said 2 years ago?
2
Or
years.
2 years it had been?
Yeah. Well, a lot of it, we just had a lot of things going on. I know personally I did. Mikey, he was changing some jobs. Matt had a baby.
Woo!
That's a thing that happened.
Congratulations, sir. I did
Well,
not know
thank
that. That's amazing.
This is baby 2.
baby 2.
Baby number 2.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
It is.
That's so sick, dude. That's so sick. Good job, man.
So we played some
Good job.
acoustic
You did it.
stuffs.
That's so sick.
Like, I don't know. We did, Aurelio hosted a virtual concert, like, right after the lockdown started.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I forget what the name. It was very clever. It's
That's
Aurelio
Aurelio.
putting it together. So, yeah.
Uh-huh.
This is the first time I'd ever met Morris the florist, and it's me, Aurelio, Morris the florist, and then the lady that ran the 409 boutique was there too, and it was our first foray into like a digital show.
Yeah.
Which meant we all just got very drunk.
Naturally. That's
Given the circumstances, I was very happy with how it went. And also I became very, very quick friends with Tim, Morris the florist.
Yeah.
He's such a nice guy.
That's awesome.
So that's great.
Yeah.
And I played once acoustic at Mothership, like, when they had a show. And that was my first experience of just people being very starved to hear music.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't around for a while. So everybody had just really big ears, and, it was just so welcoming.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we did a couple attempted Instagram live streams. Yeah. We had some technical things going on. They were not, they weren't great, but we won't count those.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't happen.
So, yeah, that's why we're the first in person. All of us were there.
Man.
I wasn't even used to it. I was looking around like,
This is
oh my gosh.
this is actually happening again.
Plus, the Mothership looks amazing now.
Dude, seriously?
Oh.
Seriously, they killed it, man. It is very it's very comfortable and feels professional at the same time.
Yep.
Which is an impressive accomplishment. That's the word
for
I was
sure.
looking for. But yeah. No, it was a wonderful show. I was very stoked to see you guys. I had actually forgotten that you guys were playing going into the show. And then I was like, oh, yeah, Hurricane Ditka is playing. Sick. This is going to be awesome. And it was. You guys killed it.
Thank you.
Yeah. There were no mistakes.
No
No
great.
songs restarted once at
No.
all. Nothing happened at all like that. It was just a perfect set.
We like to call ourselves a live band. Like, flaws and all. It's a very personal experience for us, though. And so, like,
Yeah.
we're going to mess up. Even if those little tappy bits, I mess up all the time. But,
Dude, but that's what makes live music fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, like that's why you go see a live band. Like
it's interesting. I get to see a different side of these guys whenever that stuff happens on stage. If it happens during practice, it's whatever. But like, they get cheeky. Like if I mess something up on stage, like, and that's fun because like I don't get to hang out with those guys that often, so I really enjoy that. So it's the mistakes are always fun.
Yeah, they're learning experiences. Happy accidents, as Bob Ross would say, right? So for those that don't know, where does the name of the band come from? Hurricane Ditka.
SNL.
It's Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
There's a deep love for Chris Farley going on over here, and it's the super fan roundtable.
Absolutely.
I think Michael Jordan hosted that episode, and it's where they're all it's big guys. They're all sitting around the table, smoking cigars and talking about the Chicago Bears. And they get to a point in their conversation where they are asking each other who would win if Ditka were to fight different things. It's been a while since I've rewatched it, but they ask, all right, who would win in a fight against Mike Ditka and a hurricane? And they're like, whoa, Ditka. He's like, wait, what if the name of the hurricane is Hurricane Ditka? And I remember hearing that, and I was like, that's the name of my band.
Oh, that's amazing. It's bands are always better when they don't take themselves too seriously.
Absolutely.
Right? I think we can all agree on that one.
I honestly was shocked because, like I said, 2015, I made a Facebook page and I was like, I'm claiming this name, y'all.
Yeah.
I've been looking for other bands named Hurricane Ditka. There are songs named Hurricane Ditka, but I haven't found another project named that yet. And
really?
I'm like, I would have thought it would have been taken by now. So
That's
I'm
pretty
like,
surprising, actually.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, all the more reason why you guys gotta keep pushing.
Right.
Continue to claim your stake at one of the greatest band names ever created.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. So so that album is out 2018. It's a banger all the way through.
Thank you.
In my opinion. I'm not just trying to blow smoke or anything. I really do enjoy that album a lot. I listen to it quite frequently. Streetlight is one of the most amazing songs. It's an anthem. I love it.
Thank you.
I wish it was longer and every time.
Yeah.
Which I think is why I like it so much.
Right.
Because you guys didn't give people what they wanted and sing the chorus over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But what's all? So you guys got new music that working on, or you guys?
We're
what's
actively
next?
writing at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying not to go back too far into old stuff. I was tempted to pull another one of our older songs back in. Maybe live we'll do it, but as far as recording it, I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
We have two that we did at that Source show that are not we have the live recordings from the show that Aaron engineered, but those exist.
Okay.
And we're writing for a split with our friends in a band called Cure for Love.
Oh,
out of Columbus. They're our homies.
Dope.
Honestly, whenever Ditka was kind of at a point where we're just like, we're kind of over it, they would always come through and be like, hey, how are you guys doing? You want to hop on a show with us? And I largely credit them. I largely credit them with kind of pushing us to all right, come on, guys, you gotta.
Yeah. Dude, that's sick. That's so sick.
Yeah. And plus, we have renditions coming up.
Yeah.
Yep. AKA the one time of the year that I actually pull out any recording equipment.
Right. Right.
Which is always a very inspiring time.
Oh, yeah. It's like going back through a closet of old toys or something like that when you're a kid. Yeah, that's what I'm doing after this. Dive Bomb's recording our renditions tonight. So
yes. How did you guys get again?
We got gosh dang it. Their name just jumped out of my head. The Amish band.
Oh, Dutch Oven.
Dutch Oven. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. We got Dutch Oven, which is I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but there's a twist. Oh. Who'd you guys get again?
We got Raoul Dude.
Oh, dope. That's
Casey.
right. I'm very excited to hear that. That's going to be funny.
There's a banger that we have our eyes on, and
of
course we haven't really dug into it yet, but we work better under pressure, I think.
Natural ADD mentality of procrastinate till the last second and then the genius pops. Right?
Yeah. That's why normally we'll pick up if bands drop either Aurelio or I will pick up those covers as soon as we know somebody's dropping. I think I covered Noah Jones in a matter of 2 hours before whichever one that was.
Yeah.
And I swear that is one of my favorite ones I've ever done because
That's awesome.
you don't have time to question yourself. You have to do it.
Yeah, right. You just roll with it. That's good. Yeah. So with the new material that you guys are working on, do you guys have any conscious directional aspirations, or is it kind of just you just kind of gonna be yourselves, or do you guys have an approach to these songs at all? Anything forethought? I don't know.
Our method hasn't changed much over the years, which is fine. It has made writing a little interesting. I think lyrically, I'm trying to dig in a little bit more. So a lot of those songs were written when I was in like a super, like it's basically like a journal, you know. I'm just it was my way of like getting things out, and I've always explained it as kind of like my mind, like my mental process. You know, a lot of times my thoughts aren't clever. A lot of times I don't articulate myself well, and even like the way that the verses go into each other, sometimes it's like this disjointed thought pattern. So those first songs were very much a representation of kind of almost like vignettes of where I was at a certain point. And it just kind of trying to like experience, like it's very raw, like it's not very polished. It's meant to be kind of like, you know, this is kind of how I feel right now. Looking back, it's like, okay, well, I know that that expression can be there and that feels really good, but we're at a point where, you know, we can take it in so many directions. We've tried, what is it, the twinkly emo tuning stuff, which is great. We had some really good ones written with that. We have this thing where we'll write 80% of a song and then just
and then it just sits there.
It just sits there. So we've got like my Google Drive is full. I've got a hard drive of everything I've ever written since I was a kid, and you know, it depends. What do you think?
Taking from like from you talking about like the way you write lyrics and how everything's disjointed, we kind of write musically like that as well, where it's not so much like you have an intro, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. And where it's more like you might have an intro, verse, chorus, some weird stuff in between, maybe a repeating theme. Maybe.
I mean, you know, there's this like pet saying that we'll have when we're trying to like arrange something. It's like, who needs to write transitions? You know, we're the poster children of like hanging on a chord and then just playing something else.
Which is, I think, is very metal of you guys. That's like a very classic metalcore aspect of, well, we're just going to move into an entirely different section, and it's not going to make sense, but it's going to make sense.
That's fine.
It leaves the listener on the edge of their seat and excited about what's to come next. That's
a good way to put it. So there's been a lot of conscious thought about it, because over time, you know, I tried to kind of weirdly like replicate or basically write an extension of songs that would fit onto that first album that we have. And the way they came about was just so raw and like organic when we got together and we arranged them, that it was just one of those things that like trying to kind of force that, like, it was a lot of times spinning my tires, and ultimately it was just like, this isn't working. Like, so it forced us to kind of like look back at how things were being written and, you know, to kind of take it in new directions. And I'm really excited to see what comes out. 'Cause some of the stuff we've got even down the pipeline now, I'm like, they're bangers.
Oh, I'm very excited. I can't wait. So when are you guys gonna start recording then? How close do you guys think you are to that?
You know, so for this split, bless the guys from A Cure for Love. They've been very patiently waiting. They've repeatedly told me, like, it doesn't matter when it happens. Obviously, we care when it happens, but we asked you guys to do a split with us because we want to do a split with you guys. You know, we're not just looking to put something out. You
For
know.
sure. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I love those guys. But we would be contributing 4 tracks to that, and I think we almost had 2 or 3 of them where we wanted them to be.
Yeah. Getting pretty close.
Because one was going to be one of the ones that we did at the source but wasn't on the thing. And then we had 2 that we kind of were... Remember the one that's like... They're early on enough, but they don't have names.
That one. The one,
We're at that point of the writing process. We're like...
Yep.
If you heard it, you'd know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other one with the other part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's still dive bomb songs that we play every time we play that. One's called Jun Jun. Still, that's how I know what the next. That's Austin as well. That's how, like, he's the one who named that. Yep. So
yeah,
I get
there's two of ours that I always mix up the titles to. Thank God I don't start either of them.
Let the muscle memory just take over.
Yeah, right.
So it's always just like, okay, we're gonna play this one. Like,
Sick.
okay, play it.
Yeah, please, because I don't know where we're at. Yep. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The White Castle that is closed now.
Yeah.
Is that referring to the one in Ontario?
It is referring to that one.
That's what I figured. Yeah. I was hoping so.
So
I feel better now. I had to know.
I wrote that song about one of my friends, and I actually went to prom with her. But she drove up here from Knoxville.
Okay.
Like, I've had ties to Knoxville for like a few years, but it was my friend Lexi, and hence why it's called Lexington. And you have to drive through Lexington, Kentucky. You're near it. You see signs for it, but I believe going to that White Castle was the first time she'd ever had White Castle, and it was like a thing. It was just like the most, like I say this with as much love as possible, but it's like the most disgusting, greasy thing you could like put in your body.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much.
For whatever reason, it just stuck out in my mind, and then I was like, wow. At the time, it was closed. Now it's an urgent care.
Yeah, right. Ironically.
Yeah, right. Still kind of looks like a White Castle. You can definitely see and tell, but maybe I'll have to change it to like that. And that White Castle's now an urgent care.
In the next, or you should make a Lexington part 2. Please.
It's an urgent care. We're friends again. Hi.
Hello now. Yeah. Yeah, I think that line, when I first listened to it, because it comes right on the heels of a pretty big instrumental part.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing that you hear of the song, and I laughed very hard out loud.
Did you know, like, immediately that that's the White Castle I was talking about?
I was hoping it was.
Okay, yeah,
mean, that's like... The entire time, I was like, it better be that White Castle, because... But yeah, I think it was very comedically written. I don't think you intended that, but I love it.
Younger me was so melodramatic, and like I love the fact that like when I deliver these songs now, I can deliver them comedically. Yeah. Older me would have been like, "This is the most serious song I've ever written." I'm like bearing my heart, but now I'm like, "Oh, you're so cute." Like.
Oh, especially when you treat your songs as journals. That's that's you
same thing. You flip through an old journal and you're just like, I am just on another level in these.
Right? Oh my goodness. Yeah, sick. I'm looking forward to the new stuff. It's I can't wait to hear it. So we're going to try something. Marshall and Matt brought acoustics, and we're going to try and do a live performance for you guys today. It's recorded live, but it's live for me, so treat it as such. So give us a minute here.
No mulligans. We're gonna, if we mess it up, we mess it up.
It's going to be a party.
Yeah.
All right, open mic podcasters, or whatever we're calling people that listen to this thing. I give you Hurricane Ditka playing Streetlight.
I've been feeling down. Pack my bags that no one's coming round. I feel that sound. You miss me yet? I'm a low life in the street light. Heaven's burning, but I just called to let you in. I've been feeling down. Took some time once I've made my rounds. I feel let down. You're feeling me. I'm a lowlife in the street light. Heaven's burning, but I just called to let you in. It's alright. It's alright. Darling, I'm alive. I'm a lowlife in the street light. Heaven's burning, but I just called to let you in.
Yeah. Oh man, that was wonderful.
Thank you so much.
That was fantastic. That sounded a lot better in my headphones than I had even hoped that it was going to with all these mics. Heck yeah.
Oh man, our live performance is going to be like a thing now on this.
I mean, that's what I want.
That'd be super sick.
And that's
The acoustics in here are awesome.
I know, right? The room sounds amazing. That was like, yeah, that sounded way better in here than I expected. So.
It's probably gonna. I'm gonna put my money. That's probably gonna be my favorite recording of that song ever.
Yeah.
It's just clean.
I mean, if that's the reputation that precedes this podcast, then that's.
I'm gonna have to get somebody to sign some papers. Let me upload that to Spotify or something.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Oh, that would be sick, actually.
I know, right?
Yeah. All right, we'll make it happen.
Oh yeah. All right.
You hear that, Dad? Cut it, edit it, and separate it. Shout out to my father. He edits these things. Thanks, Dad. Anyway, yeah. Anything else, guys? Anything you guys want to add? Anything future Ditka related? You guys I got some sick shirts, I see.
There's news for that.
Okay.
First of all, Melancholy House is going to be coming back this year.
Yes. Pause. Please explain what Melancholy House is to the people who don't know. I'm just going to assume some people don't know. They should know.
So Melancholy House is a DIY house venue. I live in an old farmhouse just outside of Shelby, and we have hosted shows there. I think we did it for 4 years.
Was it really that long? Wow.
The first person to play there was Ben Whitley playing acoustic. He was the first set. Shout out Ben.
Oh, that's amazing.
The pandemic happened, and we planned to do a return with some really cool bands, and it just kept getting pushed back. But we actually have a band coming through in October. That's the only date so far. And it's one of my childhood idols.
Really?
Coming through with a full band.
What?
Yeah, he sang. All right, he probably wouldn't appreciate me bringing up like these old projects, but the ones that were formative to me. There's one called Midwest Pen Pals, and the vocalist, it went from doing scrams, to doing stuff. It kind of reminds me of Pine Grove a little bit.
Oh, I love Pine Grove.
I do too.
I love Pine Grove so much.
So they're coming through, and I haven't even put that bill together yet, but there's going to be stuff prior to that. But it's just an old farmhouse, and we have a good time, and
it's dope.
Yeah.
It's a really cool house. It's a great DIY house show setup. It's honestly, I had a lot of fun. I played, I think Dive Bomb played there once, I think.
Maybe.
Or
with
was it?
Kawanashi and Second Death?
Yes, I think so.
That was wild. That was on a weeknight.
Yeah, that was a fun
We thought
show.
the cops were going to show up, but they didn't.
They didn't.
We were able to get it. Their merch booth took up my whole kitchen. They were like these touring bands from down south, and they were just rolling through, and they had the full merch set up.
It was awesome.
It was so cool.
Yeah, that was a fun show. That was a real fun show. But yeah,
great.
It's a dope house. If you guys those listening, if you don't know, now you know. You should go check it out. It's a fun time. Melancholy House. Anyway, so Melancholy House merch.
Melancholy House, melancholyhouse.org if you're so inclined to use the internet. Jake's actually printing some more stuff for us right now. We got hoodies, and we got long sleeve tees coming.
Sick.
With that new sick tarot card artwork that we just debuted.
Yeah, the sticker thing that is it. Yeah, okay.
With the kick drum head.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to put that on the kick drum head too?
Well, we put the moon tarot card.
Okay, yeah, I saw the moon. Okay, yeah.
So Jake,
okay.
It kind of just fell into place, but Jake was like, yo, send me that artwork. And I know when Jake gets excited about some art, like, you just got to roll with it. Yep. So I don't know what they're going to look like at the end, but project's in his hands now. So he's like, I got this many of this and this many of this. And I'm like, I'll take all of them, man. Yep. So, like...
Beautiful.
So look out for that and the split whenever that happens.
Oh man, I'm so excited.
But we'll see it renditions in the meantime.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be a good night. I'm so excited.
So good.
Dude, I'm so excited. Me and Josh got Madison Lang, Corner House did. I'm very excited. For that.
I see Josh is on your shirt right now.
Oh yeah,
it's like my favorite.
Wearing this shirt. I'm wearing. Oh man, yeah. I still got some. I need to give you one.
Dude, honestly,
I have like a whole box in my laundry room.
I would wear that.
Yeah.
Corner House is my favorite underrated band of all time. I've listened to that. Oh,
thank you, Marshall. You're very sweet.
She's a virgin. Oh man, I get those songs stuck in my head all the time. And then your cover of "Let's Kill Sam," because that's on Spotify too. That comes on normal playlists, and normally I don't make a habit of just listening to a lot of the rendition songs because a lot of them are on Bandcamp. But the way you guys covered "Let's Kill Sam" was just. It was sexy. It was like the intro stuff. It's so good.
Thank you.
So yeah,
I think renditions has become me and Josh's favorite thing ever.
It's so good.
It's fun.
It's so much fun. It's such a good idea, man.
I love it.
I think
Oh, we're doing this thing this year where we kicked that idea around where we're gonna take the source material.
Okay.
And maybe play a little iTunes snippet of this song in its original form before we debut the cover to give it context. We've done all of these so far, and that hasn't been a thing yet.
That's a great idea. Yeah. Very into that, especially for the metal bands that are covering non-metal bands. That's
it. Really would put into context a lot of the creativity that's going into the project from everybody.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great idea. I'm into it. Please do that. Make that happen, Marshall.
Oh, it'll be a thing.
Good. Dude, the renditions. One of the coolest things Mansfield has ever put together.
Shout out to Aurelio, Kate Westfall.
Oh, yeah. She was originally...
they were the Inceptors.
Okay. That's right. It was...
Inceptionists?
Yeah, Inceptionists. And Aurelio and Kate. Yeah.
Aurelio and Kate.
Oh, that rules, man.
And honestly...
What a legacy.
Aurelio's been the lifeblood of it.
Yeah, he is.
Whenever it comes around, it's just a text hey, we forgot this existed. We should do this again. I'm like, oh yeah, no, we should totally do that again. That's a great idea, dude. So, without Aurelio, it would have died a very long time ago.
Oh my gosh. Thank God for Councilman Chico's brother, man.
Councilman Chico's brother.
Awesome. Matt, anything else?
I got a bunch of nothing, man.
Sick. How's the kids?
Yeah.
Kids.
We're recovering.
Oh, sickness. Yeah. Oh, bummer, man. Well,
it happens.
Yeah, right. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger, right?
Indeed it does.
Good for their immune systems.
Have some strong children, man.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being a part of this episode of the Open Mic Podcast. I'm forgetting my outro. Okay, here we go. This has been another episode of the Open Mic Podcast with your host, me, Tom Hirst, brought to you by Richland Source, Newsroom After Hours, Two Cousins Pizza Co., Henry Screen Printing, Potent Studios. If you need some pizza, go downtown. If you need some shirts printed, hit up Jake at Henry. If you need some video work or lighting, hit up Lee McIntosh at Potent Studios. And if you need some news, hit up Richland Source. Check out Hurricane Ditka at what's all y'all plugs? Plug it.
Hurricane Ditka on Spotify. Facebook.com/Hurricane Ditka OH. On Instagram, it's Hurricane Ditka Band. We have a link tree floating around too. Either one of those places. They're all recursive. We're on Bandcamp. We're on other things. Just search for Hurricane Ditka and we'll be there.
Seriously, check out that album, guys. It's incredible.
If we don't come up, you'll at least get to watch a really cool skit from SNL.
Amen.
And you can follow me at the Open Mic PDcast on Instagram. So yeah, thank you guys so very much, and have a wonderful weekend. Peace.